I wake up every day imagining what life in my major would be like. Today, I get to meet a professional.
My name's Jesse Colaizzi. I'm a development producer and a director of photography and an editor. I'm shared between two companies, between One Louder Productions and Follow Productions. I had taken on it was a project right that was also one of those real testing spots, but way more fun. Was a volunteer drive campaign that we shot for the Alpha Fire Company. They're based in State College, Pennsylvania. And this was one that came through a grant for them. They had money to spend on TV advertising. It came from the state. And the whole premise that we had come up with was that we wanted to show everyday people answering the call that a fireman calls, and to try to romanticize that moment when you're a physical trainer with a patient and suddenly your beeper goes off and now you're a fireman. Or you're a cello instructor on campus or a bass instructor on campus and your pager goes off and now you're a fireman. Or you're a security, NSA monitoring agent and your beeper goes off and now you're a fireman. And so we thought, like, let's take that glory heroic, feel and let's work it into their spot. And so we actually cast real firemen from the Alpha Fire Company. We had a decent budget. We had 2 days on location to shoot with 5 different volunteers. And we had to produce an in-camera edit where basically as these firefighters were getting up, as they were getting up, they cut. It wasn't a morph. I insisted that we go balls and make it a cut. Because if you can make a cut work, it's going to be way more awesome than like a morph. Because anybody can make a morph happen. You hide all your sins in that little morph where if it's a cut and it works, it's going to freaking work. And so we toiled on set. I brought an editing system with me to have next to the camera so we could pair up our shots to know if we had it. And we had to, measure out exactly where our firemen were going to go. And we did an in-camera practical effect where this person, be it a student who gets a call and has to leave their study table, as they're grabbing their bag, boom, the bag turns into the hoses and they are a fireman, all in one cut. And we were a little skeptical. We were a little worried because the other companies that had bid on the job insisted on doubling the budget and wanted to do all kinds of compositing and green screens and all kinds of stuff. And I said, let's just simplify it and do it 1960s style and see how it works out. And it ended up like surprising everybody. And it's still running in central Pennsylvania during football season and basketball season. And they've got a nice new crew of young recruits because of it. So that's really what makes me happy is when there's a fire in State College, they've got fresh bodies coming in to get you. But don't just say no to fire. Anyway, the plan is no plan. I've often thought that if you try to set yourself up for 1-year goals, 3-year goals, 5-year goals, 10-year goals, that it all becomes a path of to disappointment, and that the best thing you could do as somebody in our business, in the entertainment industry, is go for the best thing in front of you, and when another awesome thing presents itself, take it. Take those things and work with them the best you can. Go full on, pedal to the metal. Don't stop till you crash into the wall.